Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is the ESL ESEA Pro League Finals. Season 1, there is the trophy. And Cloud9 made the mistake of lifting it yesterday. Have they jinxed themselves? Joining me for this will be, of course, Anders and Moses as we take our way through this best of 5, starting off on Cobblestone.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough start for Cloud9. We looked it up. Fnatic is just phenomenal on this map.
Yeah.
Almost near unbeatable on LAN events on Cobble, and it's a scary first pick for them to have to go into.
Yeah, now obviously I think Cloud9 are going to realize this as well, so the question is if they're going to already sort of mentally prepare themselves that we might have to take a loss in the first map. What do you think? Is it best to have your strongest map in the beginning of a best of 5, or is it better to have it somewhere in the middle, you know, so you can sort of get back up if things go wrong in the beginning? Like, what's the mentality here?
No, you take the first map win in the beginning of the series. You just take it.
All right.
You just get off to that hot start, especially a map where they're so good on. I mean, think if they just crush Cloud9 here, how much that can do for them, how much that can do to be detrimental towards Cloud9. You take that map win, and it's in my opinion, it's just going to happen.
I mean, the biggest issue is that Cloud9 just are not that great on Cobblestone. Fnatic are incredible on it. Obviously, we were talking about Inferno, possibly they could have gone with that was their first map. Probably would have crushed on it, but Fnatic clearly feeling that they are the world beaters on this map, and in fact on most maps, in fairness, proving why they are one of the best teams in the world. They lost the knife round though, so that means Cloud9 are going to get to stick on the CT side, it looks like. No, they have switched, okay. So the T side, this is an interesting one. We've talked about it many times about, you know, whether teams feel they want to start the T, get their little warm-up, get their eye in on the game, give themselves a chance, because, you know, they were talking around the desk. It's like they're probably not feeling they're going to take it. They just want to use it as a warm-up. It's not obviously, you know, physically, literally use it as a warm-up. They want to win the map.
Yeah, but I think you're right, though. I think they're going to try and sort of, you know, not get too emotionally invested into it. If things start to go really well, and they're obviously going to try their hardest in the beginning, but if they start to go a little bit downhill, then they'll probably have like a backup plan to remind themselves, okay, look, we kind of knew this was going to happen. Let's just keep going anyway. I'm excited, though. I think Fnatic, even though they're on the CT side here, I think they can still do a lot of damage. I think they could have a really good first half. And look at this, Cloud9 straight in. This is a lot of speed on the NA side. Skedoodle taking the charge here with the Glock in hand, shooting all over the place. And it's going to land a one click on Pronex to bring him down. JW will get a kill, but Crims is going to fall, and Olofmeister's trapped in the back lines. He's going to fall to nothing. This is a fantastic start for Cloud9. It's going to be up to Flusher alone in a 1v4. No bomb plant. Tremendous amount of speed here on the American team. Nothing seemed to be able to stop them. And Flusher, he should be going down here. Well, the Cloud9 team, they don't actually have to face. They can just slow it down, wait for him to come. And I think that's what they're realizing.
Just Flusher, and he will get popped off. Easy stuff for Cloud9. So great B defensive setup there overall. They read that well.
Yeah, I mean, there was no finesse to that round for Cloud9. They just rushed right down into that drop, and they got right in the face of Fnatic, showing no fear. And the shots they hit were absolutely incredible. Long-range Glock shots. The one tap by Skedoodle to open things up. They just cracked into that B-bomb site so aggressively.
Let's see if they respond. Is it going to be a stack out for Fnatic? Looks like it will. You can see Flusher on the minimap heading off. He's the only man over an A site. They're going to put 4 men in here. A lot of CZs as well. See if they can make it work out for them. They're up against SMGs, of course, so Cloud9 with a huge advantage. Heavy tagging, though, onto Cloud9. This could easily turn in towards Fnatic's favor if they start landing a couple more shots, but not to be. JW trying to creep up behind him with Flusher coming through mid.
I'm absolutely loving this style from Cloud9. We said Fnatic were going to come into this just, you know, swinging big and trying to go for it, and Cloud9 seem to have had the very same mentality, not, as you said, showing any respect, just trying to go for it here. It's going to be a second round too. They weren't sort of creeping around. They weren't trying to feel Fnatic out. They just said, look, we're going to control this map and you won't even get a chance. I love this mentality.
Yeah, and you need to do it. You need to get that strong start from Cloud9, and at least you need to force Fnatic to play a little bit honest, especially when you know once these guns come out, you're going to have to worry about JW and Olofmeister, the aggressive plays that they like to make. So you're going to want to get out to that start, and like Semler said in the pregame, you need to build up that economy. You need to build up all those utilities and grenades.
Get some confidence on your entry fragger. Freakazoid with 4 kills already in the opening 2 rounds. They have been heavily flashed up, and JW would have caught a glimpse of them all around the side, but they're not holding back. They're just going to keep on pushing through. The reading is going to be a complete eco. They're a little blocking there. Freakazoid's like, let me through the doorway. Skedoodle picks up a very easy double, and not a man goes down for Cloud9 in round 3.
They're in fact so eager, they're not even waiting for their own flashbangs. They want to kill Swedish people so badly that they're just going to run in there anyway. That's incredible. Well, the 4th round is probably going to be different now. I think Fnatic will already have like talked to each other and said, look, they're going to be super fast. What do we do to slow them down?
Yeah, that's interesting that JW picks up the shotgun. That's probably just so he can have some extra grenades. I mean, you look at the rest of his teammates, they're very, very light on their utility. So JW's able to step it up. No kits whatsoever for the Fnatic side either.
Look at this. Cloud9 still have the fairly bad weaponry, but they're making their way through. JW, Mag 7 in the site. He's alone. He needs backup quick. He's going to get a good shot in there with the Mag 7 to drop Freakazoid, and Shroud is going to fall next. This is a brutal fight to begin with, and we're going to be in a 2v2. Skedoodle going down. It's up to Sean, and he had some very good moves yesterday. Even while doing the in-game leading, he actually had some terrific halves as well. So we'll see if he can clutch this 1v2.
They know where he is. They hear the smoke go down. They know the bomb is just off the side. olofmeister just holding the angle and manages to pick up an easy kill in the air. Who'd have thought JW with the swag 7's the man that made that round count for Fnatic?
Yeah, so aggressive was Cloud9 getting down into drop and getting those kills. I mean, they remained aggressive with it because they still had the SMGs and it worked beautifully for a time, but then they just kind of slowed down. They stopped in that choke point. That gave JW the opportunity to rotate over and get close up with a shotgun.
And he's gone for it again. Let's see where he goes with it. Actually, you know, it's something I've seen JW and Flusher play quite a lot of on this map. Shroud, once again, getting aggressive, going to push on through the smoke over on B site. Could try and get around the side of JW. I don't think JW realizes anyone has pushed through. And he will manage to catch him on the back. Quick headshot dink on there as well. Shroud not much able to find anything else through the smoke, though. And Flusher and Crims will get themselves some revenge. Sean Gares just waiting on drop, but there's two people waiting for him. And now it's all on nothing, and Skedoodle over on the A site, and the bomb is loose.
I'm not sure it could be any worse. One thing is getting double peaked, but getting double peaked as you're walking off the ledge, that's not going to get much worse there, Sean. I'm sorry. Skedoodle and nothing left, though. Probably two of the heaviest hitters on this team, and they could definitely bring it back here. They've got the time for it. They still have the bomb, and as you can tell, the CT forces sort of spread out. 2 in B, 1 in A. If they hit the right bomb site, get the right kill, they still have one smoke for nothing as well here. So this can still happen for the Cloud9 team, and if they win this round, Fnatic are going to be in a really awkward position. So they're definitely going to try and go for it here. Flusher jumping up, and actually a pretty smart jump there. Just going to spot them out. Now backup is actually not rotating in too quickly. Just one, not the whole team rushing up here. 20 seconds left on the clock. Flusher going to take the peak once again, and he goes down to nothing. Great headshot there, bringing it into a 2v2. And with just 15 seconds now, Fnatic actually have to try and see if they can do this and get the defuse in. It's not going to be all too easy. Skedoodle goes down to Pronax, and Crims will pick up nothing. So very easy retake. And I'm wondering if Cloud9 could have done more in that situation.
They absolutely could have. A little bit unfortunate with the smoke. The timing of that smoke fading away just allowed Pronax to spot him out and land a nice shot onto Skedoodle. But that was a very close situation where Cloud9 could have came out on top in a 2-on-3, and that's what you need to see. So they're making some right calls in these mid to late round situations, and that's what they've been known for this whole event. Here we see them going on to a force buy. Skedoodle is going to have an AWP. It's just Sean Gares on the Tech 9.
Yeah, and I wondered, I was watching it because Skedoodle went all the way around the entire map, back through T-spawn, all the way around the top. I was like, okay, maybe he's just going to save the ult, maybe he's just going to hold on to it. And then clearly nothing's like, you know, let's have a little look, see what we can get in there. But once again, over on B side, it is going to be Shroud that tries to creep on through. JW just off the side, will get caught out this time. And that gives them the opening. They're onto the platform, pushing through onto site. Fnatic set up, ready and waiting for this one. Question is, can Cloud9 find their heads? They can. They do it with a Kobe. Shroud manages to pick off one. Crims off the side. Freakazoid trying to get a creep on, but we can see olofmeister. Oh, he was scoped up round the side there. Doesn't matter. Flusher will find him. With the bomb plant in, it's a 2-on-3 retake. Crims is the man to go aggressive. Tries to come up side. Does manage to catch out nothing. Sean Gares is tagged low. Flusher's working well. This could be a great retake. They managed to come out on top again. And surely, to God, Sean Gares, the in-game leader. Crims hunting him down. He has to stick it. The clock is ticking. Can't stick around. Oh, he gets around the back with the USP, but he doesn't get the free shot down. And now I don't think he's got time. He has a kit, but it's just not going to work out. Sean Gares will hang on for his team. He won't get away with his rifle, though. He did, just at the end. I absolutely felt certain he was going down with that one. Cloud9 picking up a good round there and just bursting into B site.
Right, they're taking these bomb sites extremely aggressively. This is a great look for Cloud9 that we really didn't see it too much in their matches so far this tournament. They've been setting up in a lot of defaults, but they switch up the pace here on Fnatic early on, and a great 1-on-2 to win by Sean.
Yeah, we also see the afterplant is so difficult in the B-bomb site when you're not controlling the drop-down zone. You actually get stuck on plateau like that because the CTs can still definitely retake it. Now they're playing up against an unarmored round here for Fnatic, just a couple of pistols, and if they take this round, they're going to be off to a really strong start. And it looks like they're not going to run into too much trouble, unlike Pronax, who jumped down into 4 members. This is looking like a very confident start for Cloud9, and yeah, probably what they needed, even if they're playing on one of Fnatic's really good maps here.
Yeah, it would be crucial if they can steal Cbble from Fnatic. That turns this entire best of 5 on its head. I think most people kind of assume this is, and myself included, that this was just going to be a first map for Fnatic because they're amazing on this map. But Cloud9 punching them in the mouth early, and now we have to see the response.
I mean, the big question will be, obviously, when they get into the CT side, how strong their CT side is, because we know that Fnatic's T side certainly is very, very good. Just Grim's the last man who will get taken down, and very easy stuff for Cloud9. So, got themselves a good chunk of money, built up a decent bank. Skedoodle did just have the CZ in the last one, so he's going to be coming out with an AWP in this round. And it is a bit of a force for Fnatic in the end there. Just the 2 FAMASs. JW only going to get the CZ, so they're not really getting the kills in these opening rounds either. Not really building up the money. Just want a spread of around 12, 15 kills for the entire team so far, 8 rounds in.
Yeah, and one of the keys is going to be controlling this economy, and Shroud actually going to get aggressive through the smoke, is going to run into that Molotov. They might be a little bit aware of what he's been doing. He's gotten a couple kills here, multiple rounds, so they might be reading this perfectly, Fnatic.
And they should be aware of it, because this is very much what Fnatic do when they're on the terrorist side, except it's all of Meister moving up. Crims, though, will take down Shroud there. He was already softened up, as you said, so 1 headshot from that M4A1 is going to do it. But yeah, I'd be surprised if Fnatic don't have a clue about how to hold that, because that's pretty much what they do as well. Flusher.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's a very good Molotov, zoning out the terrorist team. Freakazoid will still pick up the kill, though, and now Olaf Meister's going to be holding at the back, and will drop the bomb carrier. Gets a second kill in there on Sean Gears, and is going to go for a little bit more out of bullets. Pistols out as well, and Pronax actually going to steal that one, but still really good effort from Olaf Meister. Skedoodle, not sure how he got that kill, but there's no way out of that crossfire, and he's going to end up dropping and making it 5-3. Still in favor of Cloud9, though, but a crucial round for Fnatic.
Yeah, very much so, especially when they picked a couple of FAMASs up there. It was all about Shroud. Shroud was meant to be the distractor with Sean over on B side. It's something you see Olaf Meister doing all the time over on the T side for Fnatic. But it just didn't work out. When the distraction goes down within the first few seconds of the round, it immediately gives a big tell to what you're doing. This time around, they're going to send 3 men over towards that B site. Once again, it's Shroud that's going to try and push out. You can see the spray of JW, and it's just going to find him. He's just going to walk headlong into it. Nothing is now going to be the second victim. And this is just simple spray down from JW, picking up a double.
Yeah, that's bad play from Cloud9 there, having 2 players walk through that. Now they have to know Fnatic knows exactly how Shroud's playing this, and now coming down drop, there's 2 members here, Pronax and Olaf Meister, just going to eliminate Skedoodle, and even JW getting a third, a great round from him to stop this early pressure.
All right, so with Sean as the last member alive, I'm wondering if you're trying to listen into what Cloud9 is saying after this round, just to get a read, because now they have to change their tactics. They've been stopped at plateau. They got to come up with something new, and maybe we can just catch them talking about it. Yeah,
and crucially, they've lost control of the economy game now. Now Fnatic is going to be building up some bank. A lot of members living here, so Cloud9 no longer has control of the money.
All right, let's get a little listen on Sean. Actually, I want to wait while it's a little quiet period. I don't want anything to bleed through. We'll wait until they get something set up. Clearly, they're talking about it. You can see them on the picture-in-picture just in the bottom right-hand corner. You can see Shroud just having a good discussion as well. So normally one of the quieter members, actually, of the team having a little word. But while they're... I don't want to give anything away yet. I don't just in case, you know... There's been too many things like that. I don't want anything to bleed through.
All right. We'll play it cool. We'll play it cool. But I mean, so Moses, what would be a switch up here? Plateau control is obviously very important, and they've been able to rush down and drop zone, and that way they can sort of pinch in on that B bomb site from either side. If that doesn't work anymore, what's up next then?
It's gonna be them slowing things down. Definitely, they need to get Knot back in Skedoodle's hands. The issue was actually a couple rounds ago. I disagree. They slowed down that round where Shroud got picked off on the plateau. They had maybe Sean didn't have a great read on the money situation, but they should have abused the fact that Fnatic was low on utility.
All right, I've been informed that the arena sound is pretty much deadened. So let's get a little listen on Cloud9 for this round.
You got me out. I know. We had 2 mid last time. Whatever you're most comfortable with. That's the only gun.
All right. Well, they're gonna be kind of far back, saying over eco, right? So we should probably storm drop. We should probably storm drop, dude. I'm telling you.
Chill.
We have 1 gun, dude.
Chill,
I just want to try to get pits. Hold on, wait. There's some double smoke. They have no more smokes at A. They could be pushing at B.
And there's a lot of voices giving directions. That's not just Sean Gares giving that direction.
No, definitely not. I mean, but in a round like this, I think you can afford to do it. You know, just get everyone's input. Storm drop is obviously what they've been doing for a while, and it seems to have been working out. So really not a bad idea, I think. And but it feels like they're still just moving slowly forward here on the A-long side of the map.
Yeah, they're gonna have to deal with Flusha though. This is gonna have to be a pretty quick trade. If Shroud can't get it done on this pick, then they need to swarm him before he can recover his recoil. But there it is. Shroud grabs it. Great kill.
Oh, grenade on in. Gonna do a lot of damage. Hits 3 members, and Olofmeister's there with a clean headshot on Freakazoid, and now backup's gonna be coming in. Nice flashbang there from Pronax. It actually catches 3 people. That's a very clever flashbang, and Olof is gonna be playing for middle as well, but he gets shot in the back of the head by nothing, and Crimson Pronax picking it up here for Fnatic. Skadoodle and Shroud are left. It's a 2v2. And now it's all on Shroud. It's not a lot you can do here. Nice effort, though. I mean, for a round where they're just having a single AK.
Yeah.
What do you think, Moses, or D-Man? What is it? Is it acceptable at this point here of 2 people living for Fnatic?
Well, I mean, we heard the comms. They were talking about, should we go drop? Have they got any smokes? And they just came up through. They just had that one man, just Shroud with the rifle, putting their full faith in him. And it worked out. You know, they could have actually dropped down and maybe even picked up, I think it was Olaf or Crimson's M4. They managed to catch him in the back. They could have suddenly come out without a whole lot of rifles.
Yeah, what was crucial to me about that round was actually the point where we were listening in. Sean actually called it. They were out of smokes at the A bomb site. And looking at the players who were in that bomb site, they were 100% out of smoke. So that's a good read from him, and that's great for the future of this half.
All right, there's an adjustment to the tactic this time. Sean Gares is going to be the man that distracts over on B site while Shroud joins them on the A push there. Skadoodle managed to get the first shot to Olofmeister, obviously one of the best players in the world. When you manage to take him down as the entry frag, that is always a good start.
Yeah, can't really complain about that. I'm glad to see that it's not Shroud necessarily opening up the rounds either, because he's been doing a really good job so far, but you can't expect him to do it every single round. So Skadoodle, definitely another man for the job here. Flush are going to get double peeked. Very easy, and that's the kind of instinctive team play you can see on Cloud9 here. They just decide to do it. There's no way they can communicate quick enough there. They just do it instinctively, and Shroud are going to pick up that kill. Now it's a 3v5, and they're going to wrap around. They realize that Fnatic love holding this spot, and Sean will pick up the kill. Freakazoid to take down JW, and Crim's going to have to run away. What a round from Cloud9.
Yeah, these are beautiful, beautiful entry shots so far from them. And it's, I mean, it's that whole bait, like you said, the double peek into the danger stairs, it was great. Sean just shoulder peeking, keeping the attention before Shroud can swing out and grab one. You see it, 4 different Cloud9 members with 1 kill.
Well, we can try and check out if we can see what Fnatic are going to be saying at the end of this round. Depending on how quickly they speak, I'll try my best. I'll say if I don't know, if then we'll have to move on. But it could still be fun, just to get a bit of a read for a feel for the team atmosphere.
Kan ju lägga två.
Vi kan köpa alltså. Vi köper.
Lägg en CZ. Eller en till. Eller en CZ.
Det är ingen boll och så.
Inte jag heller. Vad är det på 60 rundan alltså?
Nej.
9-6 behöver vi.
So far, just a discussion about whether or not they're actually going to buy or not. They weren't actually sure, but I think one guy could drop 2 weapons, and they decided to go for it. So, yeah, already, you know, that economy game getting into it here again, just trying to figure out if they actually had the money to go for it or not.
Very calm. It's such a cool, calm, collected comms, isn't it? So obviously what we've heard Devilwalk talking about on the desk a number of times, like comparing them to the American teams, how loud the likes of COG are, and even to an extent when we listened to Cloud9, there was a lot of discussion there. Clearly it was just an eco, but still very much a difference between the two. JW has got himself set up where he got the spray down a moment ago, and we can see, obviously with the X-ray, just exactly what is hiding, lurking in the shadows, waiting in the smoke. This time, not able to land it. Oh, he's burning down there. Shroud down to 29 health with that single Molotov. That's definitely getting its value and money there.
Yeah, and Fnatic has a good read right now. 4 members of the defense over at this B bomb site. This is a very scary situation for Cloud9 with no map presence.
Oh, but a wonderful pop flash catches Pronax. Now we'll see if they can keep going. Crim's going to go down as well. It's actually Sean Gares opening up this site. 2 kills for him, and JW going to get sprayed down. So we still have a man advantage here for Cloud9 until Flusha shows up and takes down Freakazoid. It's going to be a 2v2. Bomb is being picked up, but no. Olofmeister going to get the kill, and now it's a 2v1 for Skadoodle. He's going to miss the first shot, and you can't do that at that range. That's probably the only chance he's going to get away. Next time he misses, he's gone. They try for a boost, and Olofmeister picks up the kill. Fnatic, come on, what do you guys think about that? That's surely a mental move to try and boost in a 1v2.
I felt for certain Skadoodle had that. I mean, he tried to offer this in no-scope. It's simple defuse there, but You need that man. You need that man on his game in the finals.
Yeah, I mean, if he hits that first shot, there's a definite chance. Or if he hits it when they're boosting, that seems like a crazy. I understand what Fnatic wanted to do, but that is so risky.
Confident play as well.
Well, they also know he has an AWP, so he's not extremely mobile. It's very, you know, if you all of a sudden have to swing your crosshair up, it's going to have to be a quick scope, not a high likelihood of hitting that shot. But either way, the 2 shots that Skedoodle took, those are ones that he normally hits. That second one just felt a little bit rushed, like he was surprised to see him there.
Surprised to see them boosting. He's like, what are they doing?
Yeah, I thought they were clutching. What are they up to?
But once again, it is Shroud being the distracting force down at B site, trying to come up with a couple of one-taps with the AK through. But looking at the mini-map, you can tell Fnatic absolutely have a good read on Cloud9 now. They haven't committed all their resources there. Pronax is pretty much ready just to drop there. JW and Crims holding back, but Olaf Meister's on a fact-finding mission right now. He's the man pushing through underpass. And if he comes around at the right angle, he should be able to catch them as they cross. Instead, he's going to get flashed out and force him back.
Yeah, this is going to be that slow play for Cloud9 over towards the A site. Once again, clearing out those long A halls, and Fnatic with 2 members here retreating into the bomb site. They have a couple guys close to drop, so that can be a very quick rotate. That's what caught Cloud9 off last round hitting B. With the 4 members there, they did not expect that much pressure on the retake that early.
Shroud has just made his way back over to B side to make a little bit of noise. Wasn't smoked off this time, so JW caught a glimpse of him. It was just the tiniest of tags on him, but we can see it now. It's a big A hit. And well, it's a very passive defensive setup from Fnatic. They're both sitting right back. Olaf Meister and Flusher with them coming through doors.
Well, Flusher going to get the opening frag, and that's Turner's 180 there, gets nothing as well, continues to spray, and Pronax actually gets the kill there. Still looking very good for Fnatic at the moment. Only 10 seconds left, and Skedoodle will pick up a kill, but they need this bomb plant quick. Shroud is already on it, and they actually can't stop this. And, oh, they both missed the shot. Skedoodle going to make a jump, so now they know where both players are. Pretty good information for Cloud9 right here, but they're out of grenades, so they can't really buy any more time. They're just going to have to straight up fight Fnatic here, and Shroud will go down. Skedoodle, mid-air shot, takes JW. Oh, the spray right through the wood panels, and Crims will pick that up, but very, very close round. And Moses, I see you shaking your head here. What's up?
That play by Shroud, and I mean, you have Skedoodle watching for that balcony for someone to come out there with the AWP. All Shroud has to do is worry about the door, and it seems like he was swinging wide to kind of check just too deep of an angle. Play it a little bit more passively and let Skedoodle have the time he needs to cut off the rotation into the bomb site.
Well, what are they going to do about this one? It does, of course, mean that obviously Fnatic, while they did manage to win out the round, they did lose all those weapons once again. JW back onto the Mag 7. Let's see if he goes up close and personal, because it is just a pistol for Cloud9. Just Freakazoid and Sean Gares with those Tech 9s. Deagle for Shroud. They're going to try and push on through. It's Sean Gares that's going fast. He's actually already past JW. JW is just going to back his way in there. Will come around the side. Does get in with a second chance. And immediately, that's going to slow things down. Pronax at drop will manage to pick himself up a quick, easy 2. And just nothing and Shroud remain as Fnatic close out this round with ease, taking it to 8-6.
Let's try and listen to Cloud9, because actually this last round they needed a lot.
Yeah, let's get Cloud9 on there. See, because, well, it's the last round, like you say, on the T side.
Bothering you, Scott? Oh, my fucking arm's itching so bad.
Okay, do it A default. Shorty, go by A. Go by A. I'm gonna go be solo. Grab bomb, grab bomb.
I got it.
Sounds like
my God.
Cream.
Yeah, dude. Nice, good trade, Scott.
Well,
Good.
good.
Speaking mid fast. Watch out, Bray. Oh, this one.
Yes, they're saying good trade early on here. What seems like very much a default for Cloud9. Just one guy, you know, working B alone and being a little bit annoying. The rest of the team working towards the A side of the map. But they are going to be happy about that trade. JW for Shroud.
Not sure what value adding to your comms, you know, talking to your team when you're at 8-6 with Fnatic in the first half is to say, my arm's itching. That's the comms we're talking about. Some things like that maybe shouldn't do it.
Valuable insight.
This is 2 aggressive plays by Fnatic now that Cloud9 has punished early on. That's actually key for them. That's huge. So great awareness by Freakazoid to make sure he's clearing out all those angles. And now with a minute left, they have a man advantage. They have a lot of ways they can go, and it's an isolated defender at the B site.
Pronax up on side will get caught out. That's a tricky place to defend at the best of time when you have your team backing you up. But now they're going to get themselves a bomb and a good take set up here. Olaf Meister's going to try and catch them by surprise coming around the side. Crims has been smoked off, so that's going to slow his progress down. He's going to have to hop up through window, which is actually going to force them to come both from the same location. If he goes through it, Olaf Meister spotted as he comes around the side. Sean Gares is at doors. As soon as they come hopping on through, should catch him in the back there. Does get the one, but nothing replies. They had the crossfire setup. It's 8-7. It's a very impressive half from Cloud9 on Cobblestone.
Yeah, it's surprising. And it all came down to that start because they had a rough stretch there in the middle once they relinquished control of the economy. A lot of their success early on was because we saw JW stuck on that Mag 7 for a couple rounds, and they were able to be very, very aggressive and get those entries. And that last round was a beautiful call by Sean in the mid-round.
I would say overall it's better than I thought it would be for Cloud9, but I don't think it's good enough to beat Fnatic with. I think they needed 10 rounds on this first half, essentially, on the Terra side. I think 7 is not a good number. I mean, it is better than I thought, but I'm still not convinced that it's going to be quite enough. Now, what I am really curious about is whether or not they will have found a way to shut down Olofmeister over by that plateau, or whoever is going to be playing. There used to be Olofmeister. They could easily change it out for someone else. JW is also very good at playing around that smoke. We saw it with the Max 7 here. So, yeah, I think that plateau control is going to be important, and the drop-down zone. If they can control one, or preferably both, then they're going to have they could lock out Fnatic of this map. I think those are the key points right now.
Yeah, it's all about if they can get this pistol. If Cloud9 can pick up the pistol, get the ball rolling, it will give them a little bit of momentum. If they can push it up to 10 rounds, suddenly the confidence will kick in. Looks like we're getting ready to go for the second half here. We saw how aggressive Cloud9 were in that pistol. They all piled on through. And more impressively, they just carried on that confidence in the next 2 rounds with those SMGs, picking up so many kills. All about the money. But Fnatic, it is going to be Olofmeister pushing through on B. Expect to see this pretty much the entire T side. This is almost certainly his role, and even if there's smoke there, he'll happily flash his way through it and just keep on piling through. But it's a slower pistol start from Fnatic here, gathering the information.
It's honestly very smart. They had Freakazoid all the way up at A long, check if there's anyone out there quick early on, and then they have a stack going on towards the B bomb side. So Freakazoid is going to tell them early if anything's going on at A. Otherwise, they're all going to stay at B. This is a very simple but a very good idea, in my opinion, for Cloud9.
Here's the important part. Can they manage this drop? 3 members of Fnatic look like they want to head down there. They throw a smoke, and actually the bomb just falls off it a little bit, so it's just going to be 2 members there.
You can see there's the pop flash. They're going to drop straight down there. Skadoodle's the man that's holding the angle. There's a second to come through. Didn't get flashed out by it. Importantly, he gets away. Doesn't get an opening exchange down in his favor, but he does manage to get out of there with his life. Now Crim's popping through window. They've got him caught in a crossfire. He shouldn't come out on top of this one. Shroud will get JW down. Sean Gers will follow through. Doesn't manage to get him the second time of asking. And now with A control, Freakazoid, the one man in sight at the moment. That Flush is going to come around the back of him, but he's managed to get the bomb carrier down. Freakazoid gets away, gets the reload, and Skadoodle comes in. And Cloud9 closed that out. Fnatic seemed all over the place.
They knew that they would go drop and then run into A. Otherwise, there's no way in hell Sean would have been standing where he was. The fact that he almost missed all those shots was almost like that, almost ruined the round for them. But the fact that he's there is a clear read that this is like pure homework from Cloud9. Sean has absolutely been watching what Fnatic were doing. That is very cool.
So I'm intrigued by this because obviously we had to do a lot of analytical stuff for this, looking at the highlights of all the teams as we get into, obviously in order to get you guys the clips at home. But Jason Kaplan was watching all of this, and a lot of the pistol strategies said Fnatic are really easy to read on their pistol strategies. They tend to do the same thing across a bunch of maps. So maybe, as you say, Sean Gers has done his homework.
That was a definite sign, I would say, that something is up there.
Oh,
and I mean,
just burning.
You can keep doing the same thing over and over. If no one is ever going to stop you, why would you stop doing it? So maybe this is the first time that Fnatic have actually run into someone who has who's done that. That was very cool. They actually had a full trap. That's also why they weren't too worried about, hard countering them at the drop. They just sort of wanted to, if you're going to get a headshot on someone, it's great. But they weren't going to stay there and fight. They just wanted them to, come on towards the A bomb side. We've got the setup for it.
And they also wanted to get him a free kill, basically, which he almost, like you said, he almost missed it all and just blew it. But him not being there aggressively and taking that fight, it doesn't give Fnatic a chance to break that stack open, so he just hides and waits for them to run by. You're exactly right. That's very, very cool. And that's exactly what Cloud9 needs. We said this was going to be, the final test for Sean about reading his opponents in this tournament.
Flusher, just the one man left, will get picked off by Skadoodle in the end there. So, Cloud9 take the lead, 9-8. They do manage to secure themselves the second round. The question is, will Fnatic be going full by air? I expect to see a save coming out. They haven't really got the money to get too much, which could potentially give Cloud9 a 10-8 lead on Cobblestone, the map which really everybody had written them off on early on, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's plenty of rounds left in this half. This time around, it's going to be Fnatic pushing on through to the B side.
JW has a sawed-off shotgun, and I don't know why. I mean, there's a great skin that he has for it, but I don't think that justifies buying it at all. That's actually a mad idea. Like, I mean, he one kill and he'll make the money back more or less, but still. A bit risky. Shotgun's gone. Nothing is going to have the time of his life here. P90, 50 bullets. He's going to spray it around, and they don't line up for him, and he doesn't get more than 1 kill in for it. I am disappointed, Nothing. That could have been a great sequence right there.
That shotgun is a very curious buy. Here's the thing, though. Cloud9's always got to be wary of the fact Fnatic's force buys, their Tech 9 buys, whatever they decide to do when they're very low on money has been so effective and scary throughout this whole tournament. So, you know, on this Terrace side, they're going to be in a lot of situations where they just always have to be cautious and assume that it's going to be some kind of a force buy, because if they get caught off guard by that, they're in a lot of trouble.
Freakazoid sticking with the P90 here. Coming into a full buy round for Fnatic. We'll see how it works out. He's in the right spot at the right time, so he's going to get flashed out. Will get caught out by one. Does manage to get just the 1 kill. And it was a good trade in the end for Fnatic, but Skadoodle will even things up, and he knows where they're coming from. They're going to have to flash and smoke him out here to keep him at bay. He hasn't really got the support because B side has also been cleared out. Olafmeister so deadly over there, just making it work out for him. And now it's a 2-on-3. Which side are they going to choose? Shroud's going to hold it deep, it seems, at doors, because he knows Olafmeister's in and around platform somewhere. And Skadoodle's just acting as a turret on A side.
Honestly, Shroud has been, you know, fantastic in this first map so far. So if he can continue on this path here and get just 1 kill and then wait for Skadoodle to show up, and that'll be amazing. A lot of grenades still on the Fnatic side here, so you can see they're going to try and see if they can smoke him off. But that smoke fails. Bomb will be punched in, and there is a guy in drop-down room as well for the Fnatic team. So now, actually, Cloud9 are walking into a crossfire that they don't know, but Shroud checks it and opens up the kill on Olafmeister there. So now it's going to be a 2v2. Very low on health is Crims, and they're going to go for the straight D. No, they're not going to wait. Skadoodle gets a kill, and Pronax alone in a 1v2. Can he stop this defuse? He can't actually see it. The smoke's going to cover it. Pronax, he gets a kill and still loses the round. What a retake.
That was great stuff from Shroud there. Bouncing it off the wall to cover up the smoke. Got himself perfectly covered. And this time, we talked about it before, not trusting Skadoodle to cover him off. This time, he had full faith in Skadoodle. I'm going to stick this. You just cover my side. Yeah,
Skadoodle even didn't really cover him. He just got aggressive and put pressure on Pronax, so Pronax couldn't try and find Shroud in the smoke. So wonderfully done, and that's almost... I mean, that smoke that Shroud throws that bounces and lands perfectly to cover the plant. That is a well-planned diffuse tactic.
Freakazoid going aggressive, almost caught out. Managed to get 1 in the trade last time around, but this time it's not going to work out. He has to back up. He's got a molly in hand. He's going to get smoked out by his teammate, Sean Gares, and will back away. Meanwhile, Olafmeister, the man that's been probing over on B side, was taken down. So this has halted Fnatic's attack dead in their tracks. And it looks like there's a little bit of discussions going on between the team.
If that Molotov that Freakazoid just cancelled himself from using becomes what wins this round, I will have to go and bow to the man, because that's you have very, very few seconds to decide, and you can tell he realized they're not coming. I can save this grenade. That could be critical. So actually, very cool play. Again, from a player who has limited land experience in global offensive. If you're under this much pressure, you're going to want to throw that grenade immediately just to make sure that, you know, that it can't come for you. So a lot of restraint there on Freakazoid. I actually love that. It's a very sexy, tiny detail there. Skadoodle scoped up in the middle. Are they going to run a risk it here? 30 seconds left, and Sean's going to peek it. He gets both the kills, takes down Pronax, and Flusher both, and Freakazoid is going to fall. And now Sean back here. Can he land a good grenade? He's got the AK out. He wants to run back and hide in the corner. 24 seconds for a 2v4. It's looking great right now for Cloud9. This could be a 12th round. JW is going to be all on his own, and he gets sprayed down. Shroud, is this real life? What is going on?
This is a confident Cloud9 team. They're starting to believe, and they're even forcing a pause now out of Fnatic. That push by Sean Gares in the middle of the round, he finds the perfect timing as soon as they pull out those grenades. A beautiful setup on the defense, and they are crushing Fnatic. This is what Fnatic usually does to their opponents. Get aggressive in the mid-round to prevent any kind of an execution.
Yeah, fantastic stuff there. Sean Gares reading it so well. It's like, okay, they must be setting up for a play. I'm going to catch them off guard. He'd already actually backed up to the cannons as well, but then chose to go back aggressive on this one. Nothing this time. Will get caught out through the smoke. They had gone for a force buy, and they are going to be blasting through onto B side. Skadoodle gets 1, gets 2. That's the bomb carrier down. Gets inside for triple. Just piling them down. Switches across. Got the tag onto him there. Puts JW on just 1 hit point. The rest of his team, are they going to get involved? Are they going to help him out here? Shroud does fine one. Freakazoid comes around, and the Skadoodle show is kicking off here, ladies and gentlemen. 13-8 to Cloud9.
That should strike fear in your heart if you're Fnatic here. Skadoodle is a terrifying monster when he's at this level.
Yeah, this is great work from Skadoodle. That's the man they need to come alive. That's one way to hold platform, excuse me. We've always said that that's a hard thing to do. And Scadoodle there with those shots does it perfectly. And now they've got Fnatic in a very tough spot where they need to start winning these rounds more than they can afford to save. And this is, now they're in this situation. Glil, very light utility. Deagle onto Crims.
Oh, a lot of damage being put back and forth here. Olaf standing in the Molotov for a bit too long. I don't know, what do you think, Moses? That last round, Fnatic get the opening frag just like this where they're spraying through the smoke and then they just straight go for it. Actually, he's just cancelled that Freakazoid, getting 2 kills with a little bit of help from JW there, who does eventually take him out. And Scadoodle looking for the pick in the middle, already scoped up. It's a one-man advantage right now for Cloud9. If they win this round, they might win this map. There's Scadoodle picking up JW. He's going to go for the re-peek, and, well, will be Shroud to pick up the headshot. Flashbang is just going to force Scadoodle a little bit back, but Flusher is all alone right now and in a 1v4, and they know exactly where he is. This is going to be 14-8. Scadoodle picking up another double kill. I think he's somewhere around 22, 23 kills. Very incredible start here for Cloud9. Yeah, 22 kills for Scadoodle, 26 for Shroud.
I believe a pause has been called. Fnatic, they were actually calling for the last round, but they didn't actually manage to get it through, it looked like. But finally a pause, but it's at 14-8. And, well, we mentioned it a moment ago when Scadoodle starts to land these shots. If you just look at the scoreboard, you can see him and Shroud definitely right up there now, 26 and 22. Meanwhile, Fnatic kind of caught a little off guard by Cloud9, coming out the gates hard in the first map, which, honestly, nobody read. Nobody.
No.
Every expert I've looked at across the entire CSGO
yeah, it's a no-brainer,
has not called this one. Yeah, no-brainer. Easy win for Fnatic, picking up Cobblestone early on, but
this is so surprising, and part of it, the really cool part for me is Shroud. A lot of questions about him being able, you know, the skill is undeniable, the intelligence in-game is undeniable, and he's always shown up in rounds and situations, but now he's putting together a full match here, leading the way for his team, top fragging, and that's really cool to see how he's developed, and he's starting to turn into this carry player in this match.
I would actually say that one of the questions I've had about Shroud in the past was actually his intelligence in-game. I felt like he was a player that was better utilized to say, just like hold these angles, Shroud, and if anyone comes up, you'll just like kill everyone.
He's a turret, yeah.
But, yeah, a turret essentially. But you know, once you leave it up to clutch something, or if he has to make like a smart play, I was wondering if he had that in him. And I remember in the past, you know, a year ago, seeing some questions as to whether or not that was going to be the case. But he's proving himself right now. He's playing very well on all fronts, the aim and also the skilled play. Yeah, I'm very impressed.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Round number 23. Will it be map point for Cloud9? It is a force coming out from Fnatic this time around. Olaf Meister was going to be that distraction, but instead, nothing will smoke it out, and they're going to back straight up. It's actually left Freakazoid on his own. He's going to go aggressive here. He may catch Flusher off guard, but it's this Flusher with the CZ that will come out on top, and that will open things up. Seangare's all alone currently over at A site. Shroud's the man that's actually pushing around the back of them, but he's going to be miles out of the picture here. And with Seangare's going down, that is an easy take for Fnatic. Nothing's going to try and rush on through, but Fnatic have this on lockdown.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, those CZs, just getting those entry kills for Fnatic. That's incredible. Nice shot from Flush, and rotations were not fast enough for Cloud9.
Honestly, what's the ratio between Fnatic taking a pause and then winning the follow-up round, even when they shouldn't? I mean, it feels like, you know, they just do it. I don't know how it works.
The prime example was the other day on Train, when they just they paused and like, okay, we're going to use this round to fact find and figure out what exactly Keatstars were doing, and then they went and got themselves the round and effectively the game just from that pause. Crazy stuff.
Incredible. Just that moment of mental reset, and then they seem to be sort of refocused, and they're back in it again here. 9-14, and also a little bit heartbreaking for Shroud. Actually getting that counter boost up in drop zone is very rare that you actually get to do it. Most teams now are so focused on the fact that it can happen. So the one round where they actually manage to do it and don't get punished for it, the whole Fnatic team just sort of, you know, wraps around and goes into the A-bomb side. That's very sad.
Yeah, and I mean, that was something where they had to have noticed that Freakazoid playing aggressive early on in those halls, you know, solo. He's doing it again this round, and they said, all right, Flusha, go take advantage of that. Just go beat him in a one-on-one, and he cracks open that A site.
This time around, he smoked it up, but he didn't stick around, so Flusha may push on through it. Olaf Meister once again getting a peek. Nothing's not going to be able to find anything. We can see them lingering around drop, but they have got the support. Shroud, they're holding it fairly passive. They're not sitting on drop, they're just sitting back from it, waiting to hear that noise, hear that little drop down. Molly slowing things down.
Yeah, but I love this setup from Cloud9. I love the fact that no one's playing close to plateau, because I feel like whenever you get close there alone and you try and take shots with the smoke, especially on the CT side, such a big chance you're going to get shot in the face, and then that bomb side's really at risk. I love the fact that they're all playing so close to the drop-down zone, because that way they can easily turn around and cover each other, depending on where the focus is going to be for the terrorist team. So this is a much better setup, in my opinion, from Cloud9, rather than having someone either under plateau or close to it.
Cloud9 are working on absolutely no information right now. They have no idea where this is coming. I think Freakazoid just got a glimpse of someone. Now they're suddenly realizing it, but still no rotate from Cloud9. This is going to be a full force hit from Fnatic. I don't think Cloud9 are going to be able to react to this one quick enough unless they manage to come out on top in a couple of these trades. Sean Gares does get Flusher. That was the one man coming around long. The rest of his team, he could be a difference in this one because they haven't been able to deal with him, but Pronak's going down. He does get simple one in trade. Shroud now has to go huge, and JW is very low. Almost got another one through the door. I mean, those wooden doors, they are easily warbangable. This time around, oh, it's going to come around, but JW's in serious problem. There's only 7 seconds on the clock. He's not going to get a plant down. Shroud is just going to play this one clever, sit back, no reason to peek, and he will take it to map point for Cloud9.
Small clap there. That was a crazy round. Look at the sigh of relief there as well. I almost thought for a moment it looked like Sean was actually baiting his team maybe a little bit too much, staying back there.
I agree.
It looked like he was sort of letting them take a fight when he was just back there, but I'm not sure if he was scared that they were still going to have another guy wrapping around, but it looked for a moment like he was about to cost them around just being too passive.
Yeah, and look at this from Shroud and Skadoodle, 29 and 22 kills each. This is also that win essentially resets the economy. I know it's the last round. Nice shot from Flusha though. Once again, winning that battle over towards A.
Oh, but hello. Nothing, in Shroud suddenly replying, but Pronak's on drop does take it to a 3-on-3. That grenade will land at the feet of Nothing. Not doing too much to him, but when Flusher just walks on through and gets a quick, easy headshot onto Freakazoid, that's going to turn things around, and that puts them in a really awkward situation. Nothing getting tagged heavily through the doors from Flusher. Sean Gares right at the back of B, but A site is completely locked down, and Flusher's give the call to his teammates. Pronax and Crims are coming this way. Nothing will go down. And this mate chain over yet. This is going to be a Fnatic round unless Sean Gares tries to go for something crazy, but looking at his movement, he's happy to stay over on B site.
That's the kind of round that Fnatic loves to have. Flusha able to find 3 one-on-ones basically, and Cloud9's done a great job throughout this match of not giving them those fights, but that time there, Flusha just goes beast mode. A big-time play from a huge player on Fnatic.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way he played that last kill as well. He did not want to let Nothing into the bomb site. He wanted to make sure that he could keep it open for his team so that they can all rotate in, put the bomb down. Even if he ends up going down, as long as he accomplishes that, then they will still win that 2v2 or almost no matter what. So, yeah, very intelligent play from Flusha there. That's going to put it at 15-10, and we're going to be moving into the 26th round. If this goes to overtime, Fnatic are going to have a big smile on their face, I think.
Yeah, and Cloud9 would be crushed.
Yeah.
That to choke that they have 5 match points now. They had 6 overall, so if this does end up in that situation, that's going to be heartbreaking.
30 kills on Shroud in 26 rounds, 22 on Skadoodle. The most on Fnatic is Crims top fracking in 19 kills. Now it's JW at 16, but you know, where's Olofmeister right now? He's at the bottom of the scoreboard, and that's not what we're used to seeing.
We haven't seen him do his aggressive plays over on the B platform very much. He hasn't been too active in that regard.
And they haven't been challenging him either, so even if he had been, he'd actually have to push in further, so we'll have to see this time around. It's pistols, except for the saved M4 here on Sean, so this should be an easy round for Fnatic, and overtime's definitely a possibility.
Trying to get boosted, trying to catch him off guard, trying to cause some sort of ruckus, but they're too clever for that. They knew he was there, and Crims lands the perfect shot.
And unfortunately, that takes the only, actually Shroud's able to salvage it, but that's a great read from Fnatic.
Oh, Nothing's going to have to move. He's burning, just about survives, but it's just 6 hit points for him. You know, we talk about Cloud9, what they need, what win conditions effectively is to get them through. Well, Shroud and Skadoodle starting off well. It's going to be a bonus for them. Starting off in the final, you need your top players to perform. And well, they are, but this is surely Fnatic's round as the rest of the team come around. Freakazoid, the sole man, about to go over towards A side. Olofmeister, the sole distraction, and does get taken down, but Freakazoid dropped pretty easy. The bomb plant from Pronax will come down, and I think it's just a saving game for Cloud9 here. They've managed to rescue themselves the M4 and the AK, and they're trying to hold it, but the rest of Fnatic hunting them down.
Yeah, I like this decision to hunt by Fnatic, trying to get these guns out, make sure that Cloud9, this is one way for them to get back into the game, is to make sure the economy is weak and maybe force them to save. And
think he caught a glimpse of the rifle there, just realized the one's around the corner. Now they're going to come around the opposite side from there. That's going to be easy in the end. And they will get themselves both of the rifles out of Cloud9. Worth it for Fnatic. 15-11. Still 4 match points. This time it is Cloud9 calling for a pause. And they need to slow things down. They do have... it's pretty close, pretty tight on the money. Just 3.6K on Sean Gares.
Should we try and listen in and see what they're talking about here? Because they're obviously trying to go for a play right now that's going to close this game out. So let's see what they're saying.
Yep, 100% they are.
We're pushing up there.
That's the only thing they had, is it. That's it.
Yeah.
They're not rushing.
How do you
he has his
Just
headset
executing.
Honestly, I have no idea, like, really, how to
They've
solve
only
this.
won
I've played
2
this
gun
map this
rounds.
much. So,
Just let them come into A, dude. I'll up A spot, A site or some shit back. Don't watch me.
All right, then. Should be interesting as that's going to play out.
Yeah, and you heard Skedoodle, that quiet confidence that we all know him for is, just let him come A, and he thinks he's going to take him out. So very confident in his ability, and his op has been on fire. So that's going to be crucial. And I've mentioned in the past that Skedoodle is such an impact player for this team. They don't need him to carry them through the match, but they definitely need him to be alive when they're trying to close something out. And this is when him and Skedoodle and Shroud have had a great match so far, but they need to just, someone's going to need to step up and carry him over the finish line here.
Yeah, I mean, so if they based on that great start, obviously Cloud9 have been feeling pretty good throughout this this game here, especially the great start they then had to the second half, which all of a sudden meant they were really close to winning this whole map. But if Fnatic start to get closer than this, once we get into 15-13, 15-14 type scoreline, that's when all the nerves start breaking down. You start to see some really, they're small mistakes, but they have big impacts. And Fnatic are a team that know how to capitalize on even like the tiniest mistakes. So Cloud9 have got to keep their cool. And honestly, this is where Sean's calling is going to be important still. But more than that, I think it's going to be the leadership on Cloud9 that's going to be important here. You got to be able to keep all your troops calm and just remind them that we're actually doing this and it's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, and this looks like it's going to be a save round from Cloud9, another one. So they're gonna get that double save. They want to have a comfortable bye going into the next round, just so that to try and close that out. They want the op in Skedoodle's hands. They want everyone to have full nades, and that'll be the big round coming up after this. Especially because if Fnatic's able to win it, it's a great chance of going to overtime after that, just because the money for Cloud9 is going to go back down very, very low.
Well, I think we should be able to go hopefully fairly soon here. Olofmeister is back in his seat as well, and I'm excited to see how it's going to be playing out.
Yeah, we'll see. Obviously, one of their star players, JW, is he going to be able to start getting things going? We haven't obviously been calling any crazy shots from him on the AWP. Obviously, I do recall seeing a pretty aggressive clip of him just piling on through underpass with the AWP and picking himself up a 4K. It's just Fnatic things, really. But 15-11 the score. Cloud9 still with map point. It is a best of 5, so now let's not get too carried away on this one. The next map will be Cash, which was Cloud9's choice, but they will be going into this one with an eco. So looking to close, and 15-12, things start getting squeaky bum time.
Look at this fairly aggressive push up into middle, which Fnatic did see coming. Sean picked up a kill and is going to try and escape. Maybe jumping a little bit too much around in the fire there, but yeah, this should be a Fnatic round without too much issue here. I'm glad to see Fnatic playing so defensively early on here. But this is the kind of round you don't want to lose to. I mean, if you're going to lose this map, you certainly don't want to lose it to a bunch of pistols.
Yeah, absolutely not. And it's great that could have caught teams off guard. I mean, even if it was just one player like JW or Flusha playing those aggressive, very quick strategies into those A halls, that could have caught them off guard, but they play it back, expecting perhaps a double save because they know Skedoodle wants that AWP.
Look at Sean actually challenging the smoke over at B, which is going to give them a bit of information. That was one Fnatic player throwing the smoke and just instantly falling back. I think Olofmeister was in charge there, but Sean's already aware of it, although Olof, like a sixth sense there, just going to be seeing it coming. And Shroud and nothing going to be left here in a 2v4. Not a lot that they could do, but, you know, if you get an exit frag, especially if you can run away with the rifle, that would be great at the moment here. Nothing going to be sneaking in with the P250 in hand, looking for a shot, revealing where he is. And he should be. He's basically trapped in here. Good shot, though, from Shroud as well. Nothing turning around, but it's not going to work out.
3 rifles. Bomb punt didn't quite go in, but it doesn't really matter because it was a Fnatic round and they have plenty of cash. 15-12. Now we are going to see the full buy coming out from Cloud9. AWP in the hands of Skadoodle, all importantly, just about up for everything in there. So all the utility required. Let's see how they set things up. See if they do change that A defense. Freakazoid's position has absolutely changed. He's been pushing out along a number of times, and Flusher kind of had his number towards the end of this half. This time around, they've made some adjustments.
Yeah, and I like that they have Skadoodle, and they're even bringing Sean back early on because they know they've lost some of these one-on-ones at the A bomb site lately, and that's what's allowed Fnatic to gain some ground on this scoreline. So they have 3 members over there now to set up a crossfire in the AWP from Skadoodle to really bait somebody into it.
Well, Fmeister is going to push through on Plateau. Shroud's actually come around to cover him off there. That nade is going to land just behind him, doesn't quite catch on towards him. And a little few trades through the smoke back and forward. We've already seen the likes of JW landing a couple of those through that smoke, but they are starting to steadily stack out for A, and we can see on the minimap that it is definitely going to be a B hit. Pronax is calling his troops in, getting ready, so this is going to be a real tough hold for Nothing and Shroud.
Yeah, I don't see this working out very well. It's going to have to be an individual performance here from either player to really get at least a couple of kills and then also stay alive.
Sean's gone aggressive. Sean's pushing straight out. He's gone straight out of 8. He's going to realize it. They rotate, will come out. There it is. There's the call. Is it going to be quick enough? That's the question. The rest of the team, Fnatic, are going through. He's going to get around the back of them, but the rest of Cloud9 have to hold on. Nothing does get 1-for-1 trade. They don't know about Shroud in the back here, but they managed to molly him out. That's going to cause you a problem, but Sean gets. He's come up behind them. He gets himself one. JW through the smoke, though. The CZ from JW not going to quite work out. Krim's the last man standing for Fnatic. Is he just going to stick the defuse? He is. He gets himself one. He comes around to the defuse, gets him through the smoke, and Krim's manages to land the shot. He must have been down to the last split second there. And Fnatic managed to pick up the round, and that has actually put for Cloud9 in a really tricky situation. Will they force? Will they eco? Are they going to go and risk it for a tie?
No, they're gonna light by here and go for the last round, that last round win.
If he has a kit, then he probably wins that round. Yeah, that's probably going to be enough to get the defuse home.
Surprising he doesn't have a kit, because they did double save.
Yeah, I don't know. That was very tricky, obviously. That kind of backstab from Sean, the call to do it in the beginning as well, just incredible. That should have probably closed the map here in favor of Cloud9. Instead, now Fnatic have a real shot at getting back into it, and this round is going to be easy. So we're going to go to the 30th round to decide his map.
Whew, this is going the distance. Nothing and Skadoodle, the only man left for Cloud9. Now it's just Skadoodle with his P250. He's going to flush himself out. Flusher will say thank you very much. JW will take the shot, and it is suddenly cool as a cucumber for Fnatic, who have picked up the last 5 rounds running.
Since that pause, they've been, what, 6 for 1?
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible that they just paused and they've gone on this tear, so they obviously figured something out in Cloud9's defense, and it's going to be all up to what adjustments Cloud9 makes in this round.
Yeah, they're back to holding 3-0 towards the B bomb site, so the trap they had earlier not going to be quite in place in the same way here. But we'll see. Looks like it might be another B push for Fnatic, and if they end up doing it, and Cloud9 had better have the answer, because I think if this goes to overtime, actually they are going to go back to trapping over at A, but I think if this goes to overtime, Fnatic have a really good shot at doing it.
That smoke wasn't quite on point there. Pronax, you saw him boost up and get a little glimpse. You could see through the right-hand side of the smoke there, realizing that Nothing may well not be on platform. The question is, will they think, okay, they're A stacked? Does that mean they're B stacked? It's really what is going through the mind of Pronax right now. It looks like it's going to be the same again. You know, it worked out last time around, but this time Sean isn't the man rotating, so they're all going to be caught off. Shroud and Nothing are going to have an almost impossible task to hold this.
Yeah, well, we're going to see. It's going to come down to this overtime or bust here. Cloud9 trying to defend 2 people. Shroud going to pick up the first shot there on Olofmeister. Not too bad, but if he doesn't turn around, he's going to get shot in the back. But look at the clock here, 35 seconds. Fnatic, they've got to be more decisive. They have to get into this bomb site, or the rotation is going to come through and it's going to get real tricky. Nothing still holding on the statue here. Going to be looking over the smoke to take down Crimson. They're not coming. Fnatic, they're too slow in this round. Finally, they're going to go for the plant with 20 seconds left, and Nothing is still alive here with the pistol wreaking havoc. Finally going to go down, but there it is. Skadoodle, Sean picking up a kill for Cloud9. They win the round 16-14, and Cobblestone is going to be theirs.
That was so tight. Sean went for the wraparound once again, but it was very late. That was purely Shroud and Nothing holding an amazing B defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Those two players each getting a kill, and it was staying alive. You get exactly right. Fnatic not aggressive on the take of that bomb site. No rotations came in for Cloud9 whatsoever. That defense could have been swarmed extremely easily, but just staying alive after getting a kill, Shroud and nothing, not trying to do too much, and that rotation eventually does come in to clean things up.
What a fantastic first map. 16-14 on Cobblestone, the map that literally Cloud9 had no right to win. If you looked at score, if you're just going on paper and statistics alone, that should not have been theirs, but it is. And the next map is Cash.
Yeah, as we talked about, you know, you want your best map first so you get an easy start. That whole scenario for Fnatic has just been shattered.
Well, you know what's interesting to me about it is now I think they're, you know, it was surprising that they didn't pick Inferno earlier into the map pool. And it's going to be, that might be something that comes back to haunt them.
Oh, definitely could be. Wow, what a way to start.
That was just fantastic stuff. I mean, overall, very good Counter-Strike to watch. It was just, I was just blown away. More importantly, we talked about it obviously in the game, Shroud turning up, performing. We saw him just on the last round there on B side. He was already at 31 kills before that round. I think he got around 2 or 3 maybe in that last round as well. So fantastic performance from him. We saw the incredible triple. Should have been a quad for Skadoodle. Also Turretin catching them on the platform. Worked out well. And interestingly enough, the irony that they won those last few rounds there was Sean reading it and saying they're all going A. You know, they adjusted their A positions. They stacked A effectively, but it didn't matter. They managed to still come out on top.
I mean, something I'm really looking forward to here is going to be looking at the POV stream and figuring out if Sean actually did call that pistol round for Fnatic on the second half. If he really called that they were going to go drop into A, that is worth its weight in gold. Imagine how many rounds you win based off that pistol round. If you can make even just one call like that, you're doing so much for your team. So I'm really excited about that. That was a clear indication that that again Cloud9 have come really well prepared for this game. Yeah,
especially considering Fnatic, one of the hardest teams to read. So many people have trouble reading Fnatic, and Sean did a great job there. I mean, you could see it in specific rounds that he was able to put his team in the right positions to exploit the right thing.
What a great start, ladies and gentlemen. It's 1-0 to Cloud9. I did not expect to say that, and I don't think anyone else did. Cash is going to be the next map. We'll be back after this break.